Hey guys, welcome to PCs to Go. My name is Amit. I'm super excited to show you guys our latest PC build. We wanted to go a little bit extravagant with this one and make the colors pop and stand out in the customer's room. Let's dive into the components. Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you all enjoyed the B-rolls of the PC. I'm excited to show you how this thing works now in terms of performance in gaming. I put together some pretty popular titles, and we're going to kick off in the beginning looking at the graphics card and the system specs using GPU-Z and Task Manager. Alright, so on the left side we have GPU-Z open. It's giving us details of the graphics card we're using and showing us the clock speeds to the memory type. On the right side we have Task Manager. It gives us a sense of the various loads of the components. Diving into FurMark, this thing is a awesome program because it shows how of an underdog the 2060 is. It's basically putting the graphics card through a stress test and seeing how stable it runs, and we can see based on the chart on the top left that the graphics card is running at almost 95%, which is what we want. We want the graphics card to take the wheel in terms of when you're running games or doing any video editing. We don't want the CPU to not do as much work as the graphics card is doing. So here, the test is showing that the graphics card is running pretty stable, and also the temperatures are good and everything else just checks out. So diving into our first game, Marvel Rivals, we're going to be running a test on 1080p performance settings. So just sit through and let's see how it goes. So as we see here, once we get into more close combat with a lot of things going on in the frame, we can see that the CPU and GPU tend to work hand in hand. The CPU definitely has a little bit more usage here. We can sometimes see frames drop a little bit, but again, these are worst case scenarios, so it's really amazing to see how the 2060 is fighting up against this. When you're in a match, expect to get better performance in terms of FPS and having a smooth experience. Honestly, it's crazy to see how this thing is getting over 60 FPS compared to a console, and we only dropped like 10 frames compared to all this stuff going on in the framework. But it goes to show that this 2060 is freaking awesome. You guys are gonna have a great time with this rig. Alright guys, so if we look into the results, we see that we got an average FPS of 107, and the test went great. Honestly, with the performance setting on 1080p, the gameplay was fluid, as you guys can see. And if we jump into a match, this is a practice game, but it shows that we're getting an average of almost 120 plus FPS. So you guys are gonna have a great time with this, and I just hope that Marvel Rivals goes as smooth as the testing is here right now. We're gonna jump into another FPS game that's pretty popular, and that is Fortnite. So here guys, we're going to be running performance settings at 1080p, and we just want to push as much frames as possible to get a fluid experience, especially with these FPS games. So just sit through and just look at the FPS on the top left counter to see how this performs. So jumping into the next game, we got Spider-Man Remastered, one of my favorite games. We're gonna be playing on high settings, and this 2060 again does a awesome job. Swinging around the town. It's very fluid and smooth. It looks great. So you guys will have a great time playing this game. On a side note, with Spider-Man being a CPU intensive game, we can see that the 2060 is holding up pretty well and is pushing out a great number of frames and also a fluid experience. Alright guys, moving on to Helldivers 2. This game is pretty intensive and it's great to see how the 2060 did amazing in this game. It was a great fluid experience. I got great amount of FPS playing at 1080p medium settings. Just sit back and you guys will see for yourself.
Deploying sentry. Setting down support weapon. Deploying equipment package.
So we're going to be playing a classic game, Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to be playing at 1080p medium settings. I'm going to be running the benchmark in a bit, so feel free to keep an eye on the frames and how fluid the gameplay is.
Help me, please! No, no!
save the best for last, we got Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to be playing on medium settings at 1080p. This game is super beautiful, guys, on the 2060. It was super fluid and smooth. Again, just sit back and watch. So there you guys have it. This is our latest PC build. If you guys are interested or have any more questions, please reach out to our email in the link below. In the meantime, subscribe and stay tuned for more information. Peace.